Today we're setting up the Hyponix Monkey Line Double Slackline Edition. Come on, I'll show you what's in the box. We have the slackline and the ratchet. It is one piece, and this is what's going to wrap around both the trees. In this bag we have the buckles. This is what's going to go in between the slackline, and you're going to feed the slackline through. Next we have the carabiners. This is what attaches the buckle to the obstacle. And we have our obstacles, and we have the tree protectors. So we're going to use these to wrap around the trees, and it's going to make sure your bark doesn't get damaged. And last we have the carrying bag, and this is a nice big carrying bag, so you can take it on the go if you want to go camping, or if you just want to store it away for winter. First, we're going to set up our tree protectors, and you're going to want to look on your instruction guide to see what the desired height for your obstacle course is, but today we're just going to set it up about 6 feet high. Now we're going to want to hammer in our tree protectors, and we're just going to hammer the bottom part of the Velcro strip. And this is just so we can easily place our slack line between them. Awesome, now that we're hammered in, we're just going to hammer in all 4 of the Velcro. There's 2 on this side and there's 2 on the other side. Now we're going to take our slackline and ratchet set and just lay it across around both of the trees. You're going to make sure it's flat on one way, so now we're just going to go around and make sure it's nice and flat. And now we'll just unravel the whole slackline. Now that our slackline is facing one way, we're going to place all the buckles on the slackline. Now we want to place our buckle through the slackline, and we just want to place all of our buckles in, and then we're going to want to slide them down. You're going to want to make sure it's facing down, so when you place your carabiners, your obstacles will be facing down. Now we're just going to want to make sure our slack line is flat all the way, and we want to make sure the holes are facing down. And we can just slide through all the way. And I can just visually see that there's no knocks or loops. And as we go, we can see that I have flattened this out. And now along the side, I'm just going to go around the tree, just make sure it's nice and flat. And you're going to want to make sure the whole line is flat. So if you have anything like this, you're going to want to flatten it out. Once you know your slack line is flat, you're going to want to put it up and just put it in the Velcro pockets we made. And you're going to want to do this on both sides. Far too far, that's okay, slide them over. We're going to do our final adjustments just in a little bit. Awesome, now that our slack line is in, we're just going to want to make sure again that it's flat, since this is very important. So I'm just going to go through the whole line to make sure it is nice and flat. Once you have it nice and flat, you're going to take your ratchet and you're going to open it up by pulling this lever, and you're going to feed it through your slackline mouth, or your ratchet mouth. As you can see, all you do is just pull this through. And now, as you can see, I'm pulling trying to pull all the slack through manually. So the best way to do this is pull this way, the opposing way of the slack line. And as you pull, you're going to want to open the slack line mouth. Just open this ratchet lever and you start cranking. And now after 2 cranks, once it starts staying up by itself, that's perfect. We're going to want to make sure our buckles are lined up with the opposing side. So it looks like we tightened it up a little bit too much. If you tighten up your slack line a bit too much, that's okay. Since as we can see, the buckles aren't moving, and that is normal if you did tighten it up too much. You're going to want to pull this ratchet lever, and you're going to want to crank it all the way back, and as you can see, it opened up the ratchet. Now it should be loose enough where we can move these buckles to line up all of the buckles. And you just want to set it up how you want your obstacles. And perfect. Now our buckles are lined up. So we're just going to want to tighten it all the way. Now we're just going to want to tighten it after making sure our buckles are nice. You're going to want to make sure you crank it a fair bit. And once you're done cranking it, just pull on the lever and just close the ratchet so it stays nice and safe. And next, we're going to want to put on our obstacles. Now you're going to want to grab your carabiners and just slide it open. Slide your obstacle in and just lock the carabiner. Now it is in nice and tight. And we'll continue that with the rest of our obstacles. Now we're just going to put in our cargo net. And there's a few ways you can set this up. One way is the bridge, which we're going to show you. And one way is just flat. We'll show you that as well. So as you can notice that these are actually pretty close together. So you're going to want to set up your buckles so it is close together. There's a little bit of pre-planning that you have to do where you place your buckles, but if you get lost, you can always loosen up your ratchet and just adjust your buckles accordingly. So this is one way you can set it up where you just have the cargo net and kids can climb on it, but there's the bridge, which is the other way that we're going to show you today. And the bridge is pretty simple. Is you just set it up on the other side. One thing about the swing is it is fully adjustable, so you can bring up the swing by quite a bit just by using this mechanism. And you can just bring it up to whatever level you want. To take down the obstacle course, all you're going to want to do is you're going to pull on the ratchet lever and just go all the way like that and just pull that. What might be useful is pulling this as well. There you go. Your obstacle course is down,